Good morning to all. Today I am going to talk the magnetic field due to current carrying coil. Magnetic field. Magnetic field at a point on the axis of current carrying circular coil. 4C. Current carrying circular coil. So already you know magnetic field due to the small element of current carrying conductor mu naught by 4 pi IDL sin theta by r square. Magnetic field due to the straight current carrying conductor Ampere's law. Ampere circuit law. The magnetic field produced in solenoid and toroid mu naught I N. So now we are going to study the magnetic field due to the current carrying coil. So let us consider a coil, a circular coil of radius. Let us consider a circular coil. The radius of the coil is capital R. Let O be the center of the coil. So this is axis of the coil. This axis is perpendicular to the plane of the coil. Now we find the magnetic field at any one point on this axis. So let us choose one point on this axis. So we take one point from the x distance from the center of the coil. So we find the magnetic field at this point when current is passing through this coil. If the current is passing, the current in the coil is I. Current in the coil I. Radius capital R. To find the magnetic field, so we want to use Biot-Savart law. So according to Biot-Savart law, we can find the magnetic field due to the small element. So that is what this coil is also divided into number of small elements. You take one of the element here. This is the small element. The length of the element is dl. So due to the small element of the coil, we find magnetic field at this point. So we connect these 2 points. This is position vector. So from this figure, R is equal, here R is equal under root of x square plus R square or whole to the power of 1 by 2 according to Pythagoras law. This is x, this is R, this is small r. Now we find magnetic field at this point due to this small element. So according to Biot-Savart law, so dB is equal mu naught by 4 pi IDL sin theta by r square. The magnetic field due to the small element at this point. But here dl and r always perpendicular. They are always perpendicular like this. This is the direction of dl. This is the direction of r, which are always mutually perpendicular. So this obeys vector product. Here element, the direction of element, position vector, and the magnetic field. So these 3 are obeys vector product. That is, if these 2 are always perpendicular, then sin theta becomes 1. Then we can write the same equation mu naught by 4 pi IDL by r square. This is the magnetic field at this point due to this small element. So in which direction? Here the direction of magnetic field is perpendicular to this position vector. For this this is the direction of magnetic field. It is always perpendicular for the plane containing dl and r like this. This is dl, this is r. So this is the direction of magnetic field. Here the direction of magnetic field is making 90 degrees angle with position vector. But along the axis of the coil, it makes theta angle. Then what happened? Here this magnetic field is resolving into two components. Horizontal component dB sin theta, vertical component dB cos theta. So if we put it in various cases, a single quantity is resolving into two components. Then we take horizontal component, vertical component. In the case of projectile, whenever a body is projected by making some angle, it's horizontal. Then what I mean? The velocity of the body is resolving into two components, u cos theta, u sin theta. In the case of projectile. In the case of the long roller, while pushing a long roller, the force is resolving into two components. Here the force is making some angle with horizontal. It is resolving into two components. F cos theta, F sin theta. In the case of simple pendulum, when the pendulum is in the mean point, the weight of the bob is acting vertically downward direction. In the same pendulum, at extreme point, whatever the weight of the bob is resolving into two components, mg cos theta, mg sin theta. Here mg sin theta, this is the responsible for to and fro motion. Similarly, here also the magnetic induction due to the small element at the point on the axis of the coil resolving into two components, dB sin theta, dB cos theta. Why? Because it is making some angle into the axis of the coil. Now you take another element which is exactly opposite for this. So this is AB. You take another element like this. Now the magnetic field due to this element at the point P. Then what happened? It is also resolving. Here the direction of magnetic field is like this. Now this is dl. This is position vector. Now what happened? This is the direction of magnetic field. But here the direction of magnetic field is exactly perpendicular for this position vector. But it is also making some angle with horizontal. Now it is also resolving into two components. Horizontal component dB sin theta, vertical component dB cos theta. Now what will happen? Those two vertical components are equal in magnitude and opposite in direction. Hence both are cancelled each other. Only the horizontal component of magnetic field produce a resultant magnetic field. So every element of the coil contributes some magnetic field. The total magnetic field is nothing but the vector sum of the magnetic field contributed by each and every element. Here the total value becomes a definite value. The definite value is nothing but line integral. By taking line integral for this horizontal component, we can calculate the magnetic field, the total magnetic field. Therefore, the total magnetic field at a point on the axis of the coil is equal. We take line integral dB sin theta. Here, what is dB? This is dB value. Now we substitute dB value in this equation. B is equal line integral mu naught by 4 pi I dl. Well, here mu naught by 4 pi I by r square constant. So that is why we write outside of the integral. Mu naught I by dl into sin theta. So dl integration is equal to what? We may get the 2 pi r, the circumference of the current carrying coil. Now dB B is equal mu naught by I by 4 pi r square dl becomes 2 pi r, perimeter of the coil. R is equal to radius of the coil. Sin theta, from this figure, sin theta is equal to opposite side by hypotenuse, capital R by small r. Now here 2 pi 2 times. So in the numerator mu naught IR square by 2 R cube. We will get. So B is equal the denominator mu naught I R square. Whereas in the denominator 2 into R cube. Now you write R value. R value is how much from this figure? X square plus capital R square whole to the power of 1 by 2. But we want R cube. Now it becomes X square R square whole to the power of 3 by 2. So instead of R cube, now we substitute this value. Now B becomes mu naught I R square by the denominator 2 into X square plus R square whole to the power of 3 by 2. So this equation gives the magnetic field at a point on the axis of the current carrying coil. But if you take the number of turns in the given coil, the number of turns or capital N, then this equation becomes B is equal mu naught I N R square 2 into X square plus R square whole to the power of 2 by 2. So magnetic field on the axis of the current carrying coil, which is depends upon I, current in the coil, N, number of turns in the coil, where is R, the radius of the coil, what is X, the distance of the point on the axis of the coil. But now we want to take the magnetic induction or the magnetic field at the center of the coil. If you want to find the magnetic field at the center of the coil, so we take X is equal to 0 in this equation at the center of the coil. We take X is equal to 0. If X is equal to 0, then we have mu naught I N R square by 2 into, if it is 0, we have R square plus whole to the power of 3 by 2. Square cancel. 2R cube. Now R square, so B becomes mu naught I N by 2. So the magnetic field at the center of the current carrying coil, mu naught with different coils like this. The ratio of magnetic field produced by different coils V1 by V2, which is directly proportional to the ratio of current passing through them and directly proportional to number of turns in those 2 coils and inversely proportional to the area of those 2 coils. Again by 2R. V1 by V2 is equal to the ratio of directly proportional to the ratio of currents and number of turns and inversely proportional to the radius of the 2 coils. Now, this current carrying coil behaves like a magnetic shell. Magnetic shell means a circular magnet which has two poles. One pole at one side and another pole towards another side. Like this. Going in the coil in anti-clockwise direction. Like this. It behaves like the north pole of the bar magnet. Like this. North pole in anti-clockwise direction. And current is, it behaves like a north pole. But in the case of the direction of magnetic field, perpendicular to the coil towards Earth, like this. So the symbol like this, outward. The direction of magnetic field is outwards. Suppose if the flow of electric current is clockwise, so the coil behaves like a south pole. So inward, the direction of magnetic field is inwards to the coil. Of course, perpendicular to the plane of the coil, but it is inwards. So north pole, south pole. So that is why the current carrying coil behaves like a magnetic field. Okay. The behavior of these poles can be described by magnetic dipole moment. Like electric dipole moment, magnetic dipole moment. Now we want to derive an equation for magnetic dipole moment of current carrying coil. Now we want to derive an equation. For magnetic dipole moment. For magnetic dipole moment of current carrying coil. So what is magnetic dipole moment? The two dipoles of the current carrying coil, which is disturbed by magnetic dipole moment. If magnetic dipole moment is nothing but it explains the strength of the magnetic field produced by current carrying coil. So already you take current carrying coil, you derive an equation, magnetic field at a point on the axis of the current carrying coil. So B is equal mu naught IN R square by 2 into x square plus R square whole to the power of 3 by 2. It gives magnetic field on the axis of the current carrying coil. Now here what is x? The distance of the point where we are calculating magnetic field. Here what is capital R? Radius of the coil. For example, if x is much greater than R, here we are taking this x is greater than R, then we neglect R value in this equation. Neglect R value in above equation. Now it becomes B is equal mu naught IN R square by, it becomes 2x cube. Square cancel, 2x cube. Now it is multiplied and divided with 2 pi. Okay. So what do you mean? Mu naught IN in the denominator. So mu naught 2 IN. This becomes pi R square. Okay. Here 2, I have written here 2 IN. Pi into R square, pi R square. In the denominator, 2 pi into 2, 4 pi. X cube. Here what is pi R square? nothing but area of the coil. Therefore, A is equal area of the coil. So area of the coil is nothing but pi r square. Instead of pi r square, we write. Therefore, B is equal mu naught by 4 pi to IN E by x cube. No. Mu naught by 4 pi to IN A by x cube. Okay. Now we compare this equation. So you people studied in magnetostatics the magnetic induction at a point and the axis of the bar magnet. We know that the magnetic field on the axis or on the axial line of a bar magnet B is equal mu naught by 4 pi 2 mu by x cube. So this is for a bar magnet. 2 mu by x cube. On comparison, if both are compared, here mu is equal to what? Magnetic dipole moment. So mu becomes what? INE. Therefore, mu is equal to what? Magnetic dipole moment. So magnetic dipole moment of a coil. Mu is equal INE. So how can we define the magnetic dipole moment of a coil? Is defined as the product of enclosed current in the coil and is multiplied with area encompassed by the coil. This is the area encompassed by the coil. INE. This is its magnetic dipole moment of a current carrying coil. N is equal to number of turns, A is equal to area of the coil, I is equal the current in the coil. Again, by the same inspiration, we can also find the magnetic dipole moment of revolving electron around a nucleus. Electron around nucleus. So let us consider an electron is revolving in the circular orbit of radius r. So this is nucleus. Now you take this is the circular orbit. So in this orbit, one electron is revolving. The electron is revolving with a speed. V and the frequency nu and time period. The time period of electron to complete one revolution T. In each revolution, the distance covered by the electron 2 pi r. Now we write the current due to revolving electron. What happened? Some current is achieved. Therefore, enclosed current E by T. According to the definition, the charge of an electron by the time period. Now we write T value, but T is equal time period, distance by velocity. So every revolution, the distance covered by the electron 2 pi r, velocity v. Now T value is substituted in this equation. Therefore, the current is equal EV by 2 pi r. But the magnetic dipole moment of revolving circular current already derived in the case of coil. Magnetic dipole moment. Dipole moment of circular current is equal mu is equal I N A. But here only one term. Therefore, we can take I A. Mu is equal. I is equal to how much? EV by 2 pi r. But area pi r square. Now what happened? Here pi cancel. Sorry, small r square. R cancel. So we have EVR by 2. The magnetic dipole moment of electron is how much? EVR by 2. The magnetic dipole moment of current carrying coil is INE. E is equal to charge of one revolving electron. E is equal to velocity, radius of the circular orbit, EVR. But if the revolving orbit changes, the magnetic dipole moment of electron is also changes. If the direction of magnetic dipole moment of electron is outwards, mu. So perpendicular to the board, perpendicular and into the board, the direction of magnetic dipole moment. Okay. Now, just B is equal mu naught by 2 pi I by R. And the magnetic field due to the current carrying coil at the center mu naught IN by 2R. The magnetic field in solenoid and toroid and the magnetic dipole moment of current carrying coil. The magnetic dipole moment of revolving electron. So far, we have derived these formulas. So now the portion of magnetic field is ended. So in the next class, in this magnetic field, if we keep a moving charge, so it experiences a force. So we are going to study the force on a moving charge in the magnetic field. So based on that formula, there is a famous device, cyclotron. We are also going to study about cyclotron. Whereas cyclotron is a device used to accelerate the charged particles to increase their energy very high level. And the force on a current carrying conductor, the torque on a current carrying coil, and galvanometer. Thank you.